What if a single letter could shatter everything you thought you knew about your family, your past, and the quiet stranger who moved in next door? That's the exact explosive premise that has made the J-drama, Anpan, one of the most talked about shows of the year. If you haven't been watching this hidden gem, you are missing out on a masterpiece of emotional storytelling. Welcome back to the channel, J-drama enthusiasts. Today, we are diving deep into the latest bombshell episode, breaking down the plot, the characters, and that absolutely mind-blowing revelation about Tokairin. This is more than a simple recap, this is a full analysis and review of a drama that will leave you speechless. So, grab your favorite snack, get comfortable, and let's get into this must-watch sensation. This isn't just another feel-good story. Anpan has been praised for its nuanced writing, its incredible acting, and its ability to weave together warmth and heartbreak in a way that feels incredibly real. It's a show that doesn't just entertain you, it sits with you, it makes you think, and it tugs at your heartstrings long after the credits roll. For our international viewers who crave authentic Japanese storytelling, this is exactly the kind of content you've been searching for. It's a beautiful, poignant, and at times, painfully human J-drama that deserves your full attention. Before we proceed, I want to give a huge shout-out to all of you. The community around this channel is amazing, and your passion for these stories is what fuels these breakdown videos. If you're loving our content, please hit that like button, it really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into your next favorite show. Now, let's set the stage for those who might be new to the world of Anpan. What is this drama actually about? At its heart, Anpan is the story of two brothers, Nobu and Taka, who run a small, struggling but incredibly warm bakery in a nostalgic neighborhood of Tokyo. The name of their shop, and the show, comes from their signature product, a perfectly soft, sweet red bean bun that was their late mother's recipe. This Anpan is more than just bread, it's a symbol of their bond, their memory, and their unwavering support for each other. Nobu, the older brother, is the pragmatic one, trying desperately to keep the business afloat, while Taka, the younger, is a dreamer with a heart of gold who believes in the magic of their craft. Their quiet, predictable world is turned upside down with the arrival of a mysterious new neighbor, a man named Tokairin. He's quiet, reserved, and almost seems to be hiding from the world. He starts visiting their bakery daily, always buying a single Anpan but never saying much. There's an air of melancholy around him that both intrigues and unnerves the brothers. The initial premise hooks you immediately. Who is this man? Why is he so drawn to their simple bakery? Is he a threat, or is he somehow lost? The genius of this J-drama is how it slowly peels back the layers of its characters. We see flashbacks of Nobu and Taka's childhood, their struggles, and the immense love they had for their parents. We also get glimpses of Tokairin's life, a sparse apartment, a seemingly lonely existence, and a past that weighs heavily on his shoulders. The narrative beautifully contrasts the warm, flower-dusted chaos of the bakery with the cool, silent isolation of Tokairin's world, making you deeply curious about how these two worlds will eventually collide. The central mystery builds episode by episode. Tokairin's actions are sometimes confusing. He's seen watching the brothers from a distance, he sometimes looks on the verge of saying something profound, but then he retreats back into his shell. The brothers, especially the protective Nobu, are wary of him, while the more empathetic Taka feels a strange pull to understand his sadness. This setup creates an incredible tension, making every small interaction feel significant. You just know a seismic shift is coming. And in the latest episode, that shift arrived in the form of a simple, handwritten letter. I cannot stress this enough. If you have not seen the latest episode of Anpan, and you wish to avoid spoilers, now is the time to pause this video. Go watch it, and then come back. Because we are about to unravel the entire mystery. We are going to discuss the letter from Kotoko, the true reason Tokairin came to Tokyo, and the emotional climax that left Nobu and Taka, and all of us viewers, completely speechless. This is the full ending explained. You have been warned. The episode begins not with Tokairin, but with a flashback. We see a young woman, full of life, working at a different bakery. This is Kotoko. We learned she was friends with the brothers' mother years ago, a fact they never knew. The scene is sunny and bright, filled with the same warmth that Nobu and Taka's bakery now holds. It's a crucial piece of the puzzle, establishing a connection that goes back a generation, long before any of our main characters were ever aware of it. The present-day action picks up with the brothers going about their daily routine, but the air is thick with unspoken questions about Tokairin. Their speculation is abruptly cut short when the mail arrives. Among the bills and flyers is a delicate envelope, addressed to them in a graceful, feminine hand. The return name simply says, Kotoko. They open it with curiosity, unaware that the words inside are about to redefine their entire understanding of their family history and the lonely man next door. Kotoko's letter is a confession, an apology, and a story decades in the making. She reveals that she and the brother's father had a brief, intense relationship before he ever met their mother. It was a young love, passionate but ultimately not meant to last. They parted ways, and he went on to build his beautiful, happy family with the woman the brothers knew as their mom. But from that brief relationship with Kotoko, a son was born. A son she raised alone. A son who grew up knowing about his father and his two half-brothers from afar, a family he could never be a part of. Can you see where this is going? The letter reveals the earth-shattering truth. Tokairin is that son. Tokairin is their half-brother. He is the secret child their father never knew existed. Kotoko explains that after Tokairin's father passed away, her son, a man haunted by the ghost of a father he never got to meet, became withdrawn and deeply depressed. He felt rootless, incomplete, and desperately curious about the other half of his family. The bakery, the last remaining piece of his father's legacy, became his obsession. This is the true reason Tokairin came to Tokyo. It wasn't to cause trouble or to lay claim to anything. He wasn't a creepy stalker or a threat. He was a grieving son and a lonely brother, seeking a connection to the family he felt was his own but didn't know how to approach. He came to simply be near them. To smell the bread his father's recipes helped create. To see the faces of his brothers, to watch them live the life he always wondered about. Every Anpan he bought was a taste of the family he never had. This revelation completely recontextualizes every single one of his previous actions. The scene where Nobu and Taka finish reading the letter is a masterclass in acting. There is no dialogue. The camera slowly pans between their faces, capturing the sheer avalanche of emotions: confusion, shock, disbelief, pity, and a dawning, heartbreaking understanding. They are left utterly speechless, reeling from the knowledge that their family unit, which they thought was complete and defined, had a missing piece all along. The quiet man next door wasn't a stranger, he was blood. The episode ends on this colossal cliffhanger. We don't see them confront Tokairin. We don't get a resolution. We are left, just like the brothers, sitting in the devastating silence of this life-altering truth. The plot summary of this twist is simple: a secret sibling, but the emotional weight it carries is immense. It's a testament to the writing that such a classic trope feels so fresh and so painfully real. You're not just watching the story, you are in that bakery with them, feeling the weight of that letter in your own hands. The power of this revelation rests entirely on the shoulders of the incredible character work done throughout the series. Let's analyze our three main players, starting with Tokairin. His character arc is one of the most tragic and beautifully portrayed I've seen in recent television. He is a man paralyzed by grief and social anxiety. His motivation isn't malice, it's a profound, aching yearning for belonging. The actor portrays this with breathtaking subtlety. Every hesitant glance, every word he struggles to get out, speaks volumes about the war raging inside him between his desire to connect and his fear of rejection. Then we have Nobu and Taka. They function almost as two halves of a whole. Nobu's initial suspicion of Tokairin is a defense mechanism. As the older brother who had to become the guardian, his primary motivation is to protect the fragile world he's built for himself and Taka. His wariness is completely justified, which makes his eventual shock even more powerful. He must reconcile his protective nature with this new, vulnerable reality. Taka, on the other hand, represents empathy and open-heartedness. His motivation has always been to find the good in people, and his subtle attempts to reach out to Tokairin now seem incredibly prescient. The chemistry between the three actors is the engine of this drama. The scenes between Tokairin and the brothers are charged with an unspoken tension that is palpable. Even before the reveal, every interaction is loaded with meaning. You can feel the invisible thread of shared DNA pulling them together, even as their circumstances keep them apart. The portrayal of familial bonds, both known and unknown, is the core of this show's emotional resonance. It makes you wonder about the silent connections we might have with the people around us every day. The character of Kotoko, though only seen in flashbacks and through her letter, is also crucial. She is not a villain. She is a woman who made a difficult choice long ago and has lived with the consequences, watching her son struggle with the aftermath. Her decision to finally write the letter comes from a place of love and a hope for healing, not just for her son, but for the brothers who now know a new truth about their father. She adds a necessary layer of history and compassion to the entire narrative. Beyond the gripping family drama, Anpan is a rich text ripe for analysis. It delves deeply into profoundly Japanese themes of family legacy, secrecy, and the concept of uchi nei, inside, and soto why, outside, the distinction between ones in group and out groups. Tokairin exists in the ultimate soto space, literally right outside the brother's door, yet he is, by blood, uchi. The drama brilliantly explores the conflict and renegotiation of these social boundaries. The bakery itself is a powerful symbol. In Japanese culture, shops and family businesses are often seen as living legacies, vessels of history and tradition passed down through generations. Tokairin's reverence for the bakery isn't just about the building, it's about honoring the legacy of the father he never knew. It speaks to the importance of roots and the deep pain of being disconnected from one's history. The Anpan is a symbol of comfort, memory, and shared identity, something Tokairin could only experience as a customer, never as a creator. The show also offers a nuanced look at mental health, particularly male depression and social isolation in a society that often values stoicism. Tokairin's inability to simply walk in and introduce himself is portrayed not as weakness, but as a realistic response to a lifetime of feeling like an outsider. His journey is a quiet commentary on the difficulty of asking for connection when you feel you don't deserve it. It's a theme that resonates on a global scale, making the J-drama incredibly relatable for an international audience. The fan reaction to this twist has been absolutely electric. On Twitter, the hashtag #Anpan exploded with viewers posting screenshots of their own shocked faces, mirroring Nobu and Taka's. One fan wrote, "I had to pause the video and just stare at the wall for 5 minutes. I did not see that coming." Which perfectly sums up the collective experience. On forums like MyDramalist and Reddit's @JDorama, the review threads are filled with praise for the writer's patience. Viewers are applauding how the show took its time to build the characters and their world, making this reveal feel earned and devastating rather than cheap or sensational. The subtle foreshadowing is being dissected frame by frame, with fans pointing out earlier shots of Tokairin looking at old family photos of the brothers, now understanding the painful context. Critics have singled out the show for its mature handling of the subject matter. They've praised its avoidance of melodrama in favor of quiet, profound emotion. The focus on the brothers' silent processing of the news, rather than an immediate explosive confrontation, has been highlighted as a masterstroke of realistic storytelling. It's this respect for the audience's intelligence and emotional capacity that has cemented Anpan as a critical darling and a fan favorite. So, who is this J-drama for? If you love character-driven stories, family sagas with deep emotional cores, and mysteries that are about the human heart rather than crime, then Anpan is an absolute must-watch. Its rewatch value is incredibly high, as knowing Tokairin's secret from the beginning will completely change your perspective on every single one of his early scenes, allowing you to appreciate the incredible layers of foreshadowing. My final recommendation is to go and watch Anpan immediately. It is a beautiful, heartbreaking, and ultimately hopeful story about the families we're born into and the families we find along the way. It's about the secrets we keep and the profound courage it takes to finally speak the truth. It's a testament to the power of Japanese storytelling. But what did you think? Were you as shocked by Kotoko's letter as I was? What do you think Nobu and Taka should do next? Let me know your theories and reactions in the comments down below. I love reading your thoughts and discussing with this amazing community. If you enjoyed this deep breakdown and ending explained, please give this video a thumbs up, it really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this. We're your premier destination for J-drama reviews, analysis, and breakdowns. Until next time, keep watching, and keep wondering about the stories all around you. See you in the next video.